A complete and total sexual freak am I, which I consider to be the greatest privilege and ultimate expression and exercise of American luck and freedom. I have discovered what I call the 100x endless O, which stands for the orgasm that is 100 times more intense and that lasts endlessly for many hours or for as long as you wish it to. This discovery tells us that there is much we do not know and that there are pleasures available to us all far beyond and far greater than anything we have known or imagined before. It is not a subtle, trivial, or minor variation or improvement of some existing toy or experience. It is new and radically different. It is deep, ecstatic, rapturous, and spiritual. It is like being tortured with ecstasy. You will want to do little else, and you will want to live forever. In time, it will blow the world's mind and change very much of the way we spend our entertainment time and dollars. Sexual pleasure is extremely important to most all humans, yet most of us are sexually unfulfilled. 95% of most people's sex lives is not with another person. This reality represents great opportunity. My vision for the highest and best use of this discovery is to establish the XTC Center for SenSexual Research and Development, which would be a lab for serious pleasure research to perfect ecstasy and to bring it and additional discoveries made there to the people in luxury locations throughout the world like the Ecstasy Spa, Ecstasy Mansion, Ecstasy Hotels, Ecstasy Resorts, Ecstasy Travel and Vacations, and Ecstasy Living Quarters. I intend to make it a completely new lifestyle option and a movement. There will also be an Ecstasy Home version and an Ecstasy Travel Kit. One of many slogans will be Live in Ecstasy, meaning live an ecstasy lifestyle at our places and with our products. This is not a study of existing human sexuality, but rather building on discoveries already made and experimentation and research into the fresh new future of high-tech SenSexual pleasure. A simple truth: machines and tech can do things people, partners, lovers cannot. The 100x endless O is only the beginning of the search for pleasure. Who knows what future discoveries might be made if we bring a scientific approach to the subject. I am a regular, constant practitioner and believer. If you knew what I know, you would be very excited about your ecstasy future. Ecstasy can definitely be enjoyed, shared, and experienced with partners, lovers, and or others, but some prefer to sometimes avoid the hassles, risks, and complications of relationships and intimacy, and others may not even have the option of real sex with another due to work or busyness or health, age, impotence, a dead sexless marriage, social isolation, religious or cultural taboos, etc., or even boredom. Many modern men just date the internet out of sheer convenience. Ecstasy is for anyone and everyone with the bravery to give it to themselves and is the end of boredom. It is not intended as a substitute for real love, romance, or relationships, but rather as another option or alternative and or in addition to a normal, healthy sex life. A striking, unexpected result is a dramatically heightened appreciation of other humans and the human form. This can be the next stage and new frontier of human sexuality. It might be a little bit like the Playboy revolution of the 1960s, which set free generations to pursue their natural desires more openly. A new philosophy of ecstasy hedonism might need to be forged. Think of it as ecstasy enlightenment. While billions of others are shamed, sexually mutilated, veiled and covered, stifled, stoned, and beheaded for public displays of affection or pursuing natural desires, we should use our gift of luck and freedom as oppression's opposite until we all are free. The future and the inevitable will not be stopped. Tech sex is the future. Proudly accept a tech-sexual, tech fetish, or even tech freak label as a sign of your openness to change and progress, at least until it is accepted and normalized. We might even become the new F in LGBT and F for freak. Ecstasy is hands-free and voluntary and requires no focus or particular state of mind. It almost instantly and automatically takes over one's total being and delivers them to an ecstatic, screaming delirium. Who is that screaming? Oh, it's me. It never gets old. It only gets better and better the more one relaxes, learns, and practices. It could be thought of as ecstatic scream therapy or like a SenSexual workout of body and mind. It is highly addictive, which will be great for business. While ecstasy may seem the opposite of natural or normal, hopefully in time it will seem less so. Till then, abandoning or suspending and casting off one's embarrassment and shame will be an ongoing challenge requiring continuous work. The courage to take into one's life is rewarded with ecstasy. Future ecstasy practitioners and followers can give each other acceptance and courage, and we can call it crowd courage. We can break free and think of ourselves as adventurers, explorers, and pioneers. Then, one day, ecstasy can be as routine as a trip to the spa or the gym, and we will have done the world a huge favor by helping it to set it a bit freer. There will always be naive, squares, Luddites, the left behind, and those frozen by guilt and fear of change. But we should not sacrifice our own search for pleasure and happiness for them. Don't ever waste or let your sexuality die. Keep coming, keep living. A great slogan is, die coming. Celebrate the freedom to be freaky, and don't die of boredom, and believe that the world can and will be very different one day. As an explorer, I've been deeply ensconced in the wildlife for a long time, all over the world. I have seen the wildest places and the wildest people, and I have seen what people are really like and how horny we really are. Now, while sharing exactly what ecstasy is might scare you away and would be giving away the secret sauce, I can tell you that it is fairly complicated and involved combination of multiple toys, tools, tech, machinery, environment, and atmospherics. It is probably for extreme freaks only, but hopefully it will just create more freaks. It was not exactly an accidental discovery. The final eureka came from over a decade of research, and I am positive that no one else has discovered it. I spent many years thinking about what to do with it and decided on the XTC Center. But the whole ecstasy development project has really only recently become possible with new tech and the internet. I only think huge. This is huge. I want to bring it fast and well. It has unlimited potential and no one else is working on it. We can lead and dominate the space with the first mover advantage. I need your help and support. Ecstasy is not a gimmick, and I am not trying to sell anything at this stage. Join me in this new frontier by expressing your interest by clicking one of the boxes below. Then stay in touch, follow progress, get involved, tell a friend, etc. If the response is strong enough, I can launch the project, raise early stage financing, and even start planning, designing, and building sites and prototypes, etc., simply by leveraging documented expressions of interest results. I entice you further with this. It's very possible that if it works, followers' involvement could be rewarded with not only ecstasy, but fun, a new lifestyle, a new tribe, a career or job working with Ecstasy Incorporated, possible investment opportunities, and changing the world. Even if one doubts my primary discovery, they can still believe in the concept or the idea of researching this subject deeply, methodically, and thoroughly. An expression of your interest will give me courage to continue efforts to bring ecstasy to the world for you and for me. Unfortunately, the ecstasy discovery has not been perfected for women yet, but I cannot believe that God or nature would leave women out of the fun. I am deeply committed to finding the female equivalent as an urgent priority of research, which will be called Her Project Research. In the meantime, the pleasure searchers and seekers movement and lifestyle has much to offer women, and we invite and need women to join in very much. In closing, this is only an introduction to the subject and my plans. There is so much more to share, and I will do so regularly in the days to come. The Ecstasy Center is to be first a place of serious, ongoing, wide-ranging research, even if we have to build it on a faraway island. Picture this: luxurious places around the world to experience extreme pleasure and a lifestyle shared with others with similar interests and priorities. I hope readers will see this, as I do, as something completely, totally new and exciting. Please be a part of Ecstasy Crowd and the Ecstasy Tribe. It's not sex. It's better than sex. It's ecstasy, and I want to be in the ecstasy business. My ambition, your help, and my 30-year background in business and ideas can drive this project forward. I expect to build a talented development and operations team out of followers and like-minded types. XTC is one of many startup projects that I'm working on, but it is my favorite. It is a steep mountain to climb, but I will never give up on it, and I will work on it as long as I live.